you know me or not, but you got me twisted with somebody else. I don't do that. That's not even. I don't even have content that talk about the shit y'all be talking about for the most part. I came here to support my brother. Hold on. I talk about a myriad of topics, and relationships be the last one. And I went viral for talking to a girl. And as soon as I started doing content, the first thing I did was interviews and picking people's brains about their life. So you got me twisted up with somebody else.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
Tell you the full story behind the stat, and then they lambast you with it, and then you said no, it's not, and I said that's why it's going over your head because you're not comprehending.
I just added context of men stay for the family and maybe it can work out. We stay for family and we know that our kids will thrive more in a whole family than just going for happiness. As a woman leaves for just for her happiness. That's the context. If we leave, I mean, I'm sure Six, I know you're married. I know he's gonna leave if his wife is disrespectful. I'm talking about disrespecting him in front of his family, her friends. I'm sure he will break that marriage up if she blatantly disrespect him and called him a BA, this and this, and did some other shit and probably spent the money and all that. Disrespect. I'm married. I would leave if it's some hardcore disrespect.
So okay, so yours is acceptable because you got disrespected. You should be able to stick through it.
I just told you, a woman leave for her happiness.
No. You should have to stick through the disrespect. Why can't you stick through it?
Why should I take disrespect?
That's it. Simple as.
But
why
that's
should
not the same reason
why? No. Why are you allowed to have why are you allowed as a man to be okay with the little bit of disrespect? That disrespect, it's only a little bit of disrespect. It's nothing heavy.
Because disrespect to a man will never lead the woman to respecting him in the long run. So the marriage is dead right then.
Why are you shaking your head?
Fantastic.
Why are you shaking your head?
I'm grieving.
Yeah,
I'm grieving.
Don't shake your head to that because
I'm agreeing.
Yeah, bro. It's
how
not
are
on
you
your
agreeing
side.
to that? How are you agreeing to that? And you're not understanding when
I understand what you're
said most
saying.
women.
You see, when the argument's going over your head, you won't see it. I'm agreeing with what you're saying because
Bro,
what you're saying is for us as men, this is a big thing that we were going to say, I'm out. And so, like Ali has said, men and women, we're not
saying we're
well,
out.
let me say
like
this.
it.
Let me
Look,
allow me. Let me say this.
The disrespect is not. We're not saying we're out just because disrespect feels bad. We're saying when we get disrespected, it's over right then. Because if you allow the disrespect and keep allowing it, she'll never come around. She'll never respect you, and that disrespect is going to spread. Those children will disrespect you and not even know they're doing it. Her friends will do it. Her family will do it.
Well, let me add something.
Let me leave at disrespect. Not because
I agree. Let me add something. Let me add something to that real quick. Because I partially agree with Lil Black Book.
But
like he said,
hold on, Six. Let Six go, then Illa go, then Love go, and then we open back the panel.
It's nuanced. But when men and women live under two different sets of consequences. As a man, it is our job to be a leader and have a vision for the household. Now, men love and respect is synonymous to men. Without respect, we don't even feel you love us. They're synonymous. And if I don't feel you love me and you're being disrespectful, then that acts as an impediment to the efficacy of that man's leadership. And it has a pernicious effect on the whole household where the children are now undermining the father, and the relationship between a father and his children is too sacrosanct to allow a woman to come in between that. So then, yes, he will oust himself and disembark from the relationship. But go ahead.
Go ahead, Illa.
Six. What do you say to that when girls be like,
hold on, Tan. Hold on. Let Illa get Tan. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this again. Do not get frustrated, man, when I'm trying to pass the ball. It frustrates me, and I end up not wanting you to come back up. We not all Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryants. And even if we are, let's share the ball so we can win the championship together. Make sure, like, he hasn't spoken yet. Love hasn't spoken yet. All right, let's not get frustrated. I want everybody to talk, but everybody can't talk at the same time. Let's move the ball around. Ella, you got it, and then Love, you got it, and then we'll open up the panel, y'all.
Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna just say this because a lot of men. I'm just gonna call it a spade a spade. Once a woman shows disrespect and she doesn't acquiesce to your leadership, she's done. And a lot of men be trying to make excuses like, "Oh, you should stay." No, it's not. It's not in a man's DNA to even be in an environment where he's not being respected. Some women just have to realize, like, once you cross that line, once you disrespect him, once you undermine him, in ancient cultures, they would get rid of you and the kids. It's just that black women has been getting off the hook and being allowed to just disrespect us for so long because, contrary to popular belief, we are the most loving men. That's why we're able to deal with a lot of shit that other races of men wouldn't even tolerate. Let alone they kill a lot of women and beat them up for a lot of stuff that we tolerate. There is no coming back from the disrespect. And I think we're at a point where men are at that place where it's like all that trying to work it out. If you're not respecting me, if I don't have a place in the children's life, I don't have a place in the influence of what they eat, what they wear, who they're around, you are irrelevant to the situation. At that point, you're just a sponsor of their lifestyle and you're not really leading them. And it's unfortunate that a lot of men will leave those situations. But when I was younger, I used to be tripping like, I don't see how men could just leave their kids. I used to bug me out. But as a grown man and being divorced and seeing what it's going through, it has to happen because we can make another family. We can find another woman. We can have more children. Even if you look at, not to compare us to animals, but when a lion come around and when a new pride, they not only do they take over the pride, they kill the other kids. Not saying we should kill the children. I'm not saying that, but there is no room for disrespect with the woman or the children. And at this point, it's not about the men need to learn a lesson. If the woman is not getting on your board and getting on board with you, the only way for them to understand it is to leave. A man cannot operate in an environment where he's not being heard at all. And
philosophical. Can I ask you a question?
But too many of our men I've seen a lot of men who got old in their 50s and 60s. They got disrespected and they just died. And women say, "Oh, I had a good daddy. I had a good grandfather." But if you had a window into their situation, all he did was just sit back and let grandma do everything. And then our women have convinced men that's a good man by just sitting back, getting old, diabetic, and grandpa, he ain't know how to read, he ain't know how to do nothing. He just paid all the bills and took care of everybody. Grandma and big mama ran the house and he just went old and died. Ain't have no life, ain't do nothing, just paid the bills and sat back. Like, that day is over with. If you're not respecting men, you don't deserve his fatherhood, you don't deserve his love, you don't deserve his finances, you don't deserve anything. That's my opinion.
Hold on, 6. Love ain't said nothing yet. Once Love says it, then you can respond to him and we'll open the panel.
I ain't gonna lie, Lee. I'm a patient guy, man. If you want to rebuttal him real quick so he won't forget his thought, that's cool. If you cool with that.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, 6. Well, hold on.
I appreciate your benevolence, King. Thank you.
Hold on, 6. Tan was gonna say something before you was gonna say something, so I just want to make sure because he was trying to say something. I want to make sure I hold the fort down a certain way. Go ahead, Tan.
I was gonna ask 6, like, what do you say to the people? Some guys and some girls say it. Most girls say it because it's a feminist talking point. Oh, he wasn't a good leader, so that's why they left off. But they left off of some bullshit. What do you say to the girls who say, "Oh, he wasn't a good leader"? Not that I'm saying that you're agreeing with them.
That's a great point.
What's your rebuttal to that? I know because you're a very intellectual guy. I hear you all the time. So
I appreciate you. Well, this is the funny thing is I literally was talking to my mentee about this yesterday. A woman essentially only has one job. Just one. Can I tell you what that one job is? Picking the right man. If your one job is picking the right man, why would you pick a man that you think is not a great leader? Why would you pick a man that you're unwilling to cooperate and capitulate to? So at the crux of it, even if she pointed the finger at him, at the crux of it, it was her. You chose him. You only had one because if you pick the right man, you ain't got to worry about none of the shit that you worried about. So at the crux of it, I'm still going to put the onus on her as far as that goes. I can elucidate, but for the sake of brevity, so everybody could talk, that's my answer. She only has one job, picking the right man. So if you say his leadership is trash, this, that, and the third, you chose him. Whether he was going left, right, up, or down, if you're gonna choose your man, you ride with him, right or wrong, because this is your man. I can respect that. Even if he's wrong, you go down with the ship because it's your man. I respect that. I don't respect it the other way around. Philosophical. Real quick, King. How many long-term relationships have you had? By long term, like a year or better.
I don't like jumping in and out, so I'm gonna say about 2 or 3. Like I've had little dealings, but I don't like playing around. So if I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you. So I was married at young, like I was 23, and then I was in a long-term relationship after we divorced. So I was about like 32, and then since then I've been dating, but I'm in a relationship at this right now.
Any of those relationships with black women?
All of them was. That's all I did. What made you ask me that?
Because I agree with the crux of everything you said, but I would be remiss if I didn't admonish you about branding black women as being uncooperative. All women can be uncooperative. You made a statement. Let me finish. Let me land. I agree with the crux of everything you said, but what I don't like is you branding and pushing that narrative and disseminating the information that black women are inherently uncooperative and disrespectful. I'm gonna land real quick.
Yeah,
You can only speak from your POV. You've only done with black women, but I assure you, Chinese women get disrespectful.
I never said
let me land real quick. Hispanic women get disrespectful.
You know you got
Every disrespect is universal. It's not inherently attached to any particular gender, creed, or religion. So my gripe with you, and I will caution you to be careful with helping pushing that narrative against our black sisters. Now, are they that way? Yeah, but you can find that everywhere. But when you single them out, you're helping be the purveyor of language that is destructive and degenerate to your own lineage and your own people. I would admonish you against singling out black women for that reason.
First of all, I don't know if you know me or not, but you got me twisted with somebody else. I don't do that. I don't even have content that talk about the shit y'all be talking about for the most part. I came here to support my brother. Hold on. I talk about a myriad of topics, and relationships be the last one. And I went viral for talking to a girl. And as soon as I started doing content, the first thing I did was interviews and picking people's brains about their life. So you got me twisted up with somebody else. That's for one. For two, I never came on and said all black do nothing. Y'all are talking about, it's all black people in this conversation. So I'm assuming we're talking about black relationships. So I never said black women exclusively do anything. Like you put mad words in my mouth. Maybe you got me.
You did.
I said exclusively black women do something that nobody does.
You did not use.
No, hold on.
I'm answering this question. I'm answering this question.
Hold on. No,
he asked the question. I'm answering it.
Hold on.
He asked the question.
Can you hold on? I'm asking you to hold on. This is the thing. I don't. Hold on, Illa. I don't. Hold on, Illa. Both of you brothers have a similar plight in regardless of how you look at the world. Sometimes you do it. You jump the gun. Sometimes we all can jump the gun. Right now, hold on. And this is the thing about not only accountability but discernment. Right. Illa's not that type of person at all, and I know you're not that. But I want to because I don't want to waste time on on this right here. Illa was about to.
I ain't about to waste time. We're gonna finish this real quick.
Illa was about to address something so we can build like you do. 6 and 6. You jumped at 6. I know you're shaking your head, but you jumping your gun on this one. He's the last person that puts that attachment.
Cool, bro.
Can I ask a question real quick?
No, hold on.
Because my statement. Bro, had nothing to do with your. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Let me finish, bro. I got you, but you made a lot of statements. You just put me in the category and call yourself in. I don't even know you, so you don't have the power to admonish me. That's for one, because I don't know you. But we can get to know each other, and then you can see what's up. But right now, you don't have the power to do that. You can get to know and see what I am, and maybe admonish what you know, but you don't know me. So that's for one. For two, I said that compared to other races of women, don't tolerate certain things. I never said other women don't do that. I was just in Spain with a real bad Spanish woman, so I know all about international affairs. I know that all women have these issues. What I'm talking about is in America, we have certain things that we tolerate, that we've been accustomed to tolerate it, that other races of men don't. Doesn't mean they don't deal with disrespect. There's levels to it though. Disrespect in another country may be a woman not holding her fork correctly. Or I'm not saying all women are women. But for example, right? I give this is a superficial example, but it's small. Let's say you're talking about strip clubs, right? You got white ones, you got Spanish ones, you got black ones. They all doing the same thing. They're in there putting their body out. Hopefully they can get some money. But oftentimes in a black strip club is you tipping, and they keep walking. In the white one or Spanish one, in America, I'm not speaking for the world, they're more, they want the same thing. It's just the way they go about it. I think all women want security. I think all women are superficial to a degree. I think all women want the same things to a degree. But the way oftentimes our women go about it is a little more abrasive. And I don't think that's damning to say, because technically I didn't even say that. I just came and added to the conversation because obviously y'all are not talking about dating white women. You're not talking about dating Spanish women. You're talking about your experiences with your counterpart. That's right. So to assume because I came in like that and put mad words in my mouth respectfully, that's what women do. Because a lot of stuff that you said, I never said it. And you can't show me on my page. You can't. My page is full of various amounts of content. I don't sit online every day and talk about dating because I'm really getting them in real life. So I don't, regardless of what dudes think, I'm getting them. They like me a whole fucking lot. So I don't have no problem with black women. I just keep it a buck. But I don't even make content about this topic. I'm just contributing to the conversation. So I don't dedicate my time to talk about this. Get into what I'm doing, because you'll see a variety of topics. I talk to gang leaders. I talk to musicians. I talk to all types of people. So this ain't even my thing, brother.
May I speak?
You go.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, I'm not here to attest what your character is. I didn't even do that.
But that's what you did.
Let me speak. I let you speak, and I didn't interrupt you.
But you attacked me,
Can I
brother.
get you? No, I did not attack you. I
You
admonished
did,
you.
but it's okay.
Let me
You did.
speak. I let you speak.
Let him
Let me speak.
respond.
I let you
Okay,
speak.
man. All right.
My brother, you can't. It's unwise to view correction as attack. Let me finish. I admonish you against singling out black women because that's what you did. Before I continue, I want to remind you that this whole thing is being recorded. So you'll go back and hear the part where you singled out black women. That's what I'm talking about. You began to meander and obfuscate and throw in a word salad of things that I did not even address to make a point that I am not even making, and trying to convince me that I did not hear what I knew I hear.
Let him land.
So you mean to tell me I
When you
wasn't talking about
no.
Let
I'm
him-
going to
Illa,
demand you
you
give me the
rebuttal
respect I gave you. I'm going to demand
Bro,
it.
he came
Because
at me
I've
crazy,
already
bro.
given you that respect. I'm going to demand it now. I
Oh,
give you.
man, you came at me
yield the
crazy,
floor
bro.
to
I
you.
try to stop it.
I
You told
yield
me
the
you got
floor
it.
to
So
you.
now y'all got to have a
Bro, he
conversation.
came at me, bro.
Illogical.
I didn't want y'all
I
to have
yield
this
the floor to
conversation.
you
No,
to
no.
get everything off your chest.
So
I'm
yeah.
asking you
Illa, let
to
him land.
demonstrate
Let him
some
land.
patience.
Can we?
Exercise some patience
Hold
and
on.
let me
I'm
land like
being
I did for
patient,
you.
but you don't know me to
No.
admonish me.
We're
You're
saying
not my
you're
father, bro.
obfuscating. You're obfuscating and you're
Just
meandering.
use
That
regular
has
words,
nothing to
man.
do. That has nothing to do with my initial statement. Like I said, you began to obfuscate and meander and make it about something I did not make it about. I know what I heard. And before you say anything else to make yourself look foolish, remember this is being
I'm not.
recorded.
I'm
This
not
is
gonna.
being
You can't make
recorded.
me look foolish,
You
bro.
singled out black women and I
Bro, I
called you
singled
out
out
and you
the
began to
topic.
obfuscate
Hold on.
and put on a bullshit bravado.
No,
And when you
six.
do, let me just say this.
Hold on,
When you
six.
do that,
1, 2, 3, not 1, 2, back to 1 with your dumbass. Do it again.
So
I'm
this is
chilling.
Illa,
I'm not
hold
triggered
on.
at all. I'm mad
I'm
calm.
asking y'all to hold on. This is
He
what will
came
not
at me.
happen.
I'm chilling.
I know he
I'm
didn't.
not.
I
You
know
talking
he.
about I'm egotistical?
I know.
I
Illa.
I ain't
I'm
doing
asking you
none
to
of that.
Illa. I'm asking you to
He
hold on.
seemed to be egotistical. I don't even know him.
Illa, I'm asking you to hold on, fam. This is what will not happen on my show, and this is what I don't like. What happened on other people's show when people are watching what's happening. Fix. You are
Man.
jumping. What I don't know what you heard, and if you heard it, it could be a misunderstanding. If he says something like that, that brother is far from that type of brother. He has.
I never said that he was that type of brother. I said be careful of making them statements.
No,
Y'all
he
are
didn't.
taking it further than what it is. And Ali, you're not being
No,
a great
y'all are cutting
example
me off.
because you said
Y'all
that
realize
everybody
y'all
get a
cut me
chance to
off, right?
land,
Y'all realize y'all
yet
cut
you're
me
not
off,
letting
right?
me land. You
No,
said
because
everybody get a chance to land, but you're not letting me land.
because
I let him talk and get it all out.
right.
Even though I didn't
So
agree with him, I
and now
sat
you
here
cut me.
quietly. but you're not yielding me the same respect.
No, but you had to. I did.
You're putting words in my mouth. I talked about an isolated incident that I heard and said, be careful and cautious about that. You're taking what I heard to say you didn't hear. If it was just a, maybe it was a,
you realize I wouldn't do this for you. You realize I wouldn't.
Maybe it was a slip. He could have just said, "Oh, I didn't mean to say it like that." But he's trying to convince me on the shit that's recorded. I didn't hear what I know I heard.
You're wrong. Because even if you did hear what he said, why would he start talking about other women? Hold on, we are having a conversation about women, right? Our community right now. So even if he was talking about sisters, he doesn't put it just on them. We and him could have talks in the back or talks on a panel where he don't like when people just try to brand sisters as those type of women as well too. So even if you heard what you said,
I'm sure he don't, but that's what he did.
You cut me. Let me.
No one agrees with you. The chat don't even agree with you.
I don't care what the chat. The truth is not dictated by the number of believers. The truth is not dictated by the number of believers.
You're right. We don't believe you.
Is this what y'all want to do? Because
it ain't y'all, bro. I came in peace.
No, but I asked you to hold on. The thing that bothers me, this is like got Kobe and Shaq on my basketball team, and they can't play together. So Shaq got to go to Miami Heat. Illa is on about the same mission you on 6, and you taking the time out to try to make him say something that he really didn't mean, even if he said those words.
Let's ask the ladies on the panel, Sister Smell the Roses and Sister Leosha. Do you think I alienated and isolated my sentiments on black women? Do y'all think that?
No. I don't.
I didn't get that today. I didn't know where that. Maybe I missed it, or maybe it's because I watch you so much that I just don't. I just know you're not gonna talk like that. So
damn.
But I didn't hear what he heard today.
I didn't hear what he heard.
And 6 and Illa will battle the same type of people and will go against the same type of people who have that kind of rhetoric.
Nah,
6,
I'm me, man. I'm just myself.
It's just not polar opposites is what we're saying. Y'all are close to the same.
I'm asking you too. I don't understand when we have these moments while we can help the redirect to get the piece back on the table as well too. You got to help it too, because y'all both.
I'm not hurting nothing. I ain't got to help shit.
But that's what I'm saying. But
he came in swinging his flag, bro. You don't know me, man. You must have got triggered or something. But I love black women. But I guess I got smoke for everybody.
Yeah, I do get triggered when I hear another black man branding black women the way that white society brand black women. I get triggered.
Hey, guess what?
Women who are
really not like that, Sid.
And they did not agree with you. So just hold that L and let's move on. Because if it was so agreed, when things are very egregious, it's obvious. So if what you said about me was so obvious, then guess who would have slightly seen it? The women involved. So I don't know you. Nice to meet you. My name is Illa. My real name is Eric Hutchins because I'm not fake and I ain't got nothing to hide. So now that you've been introduced to me, maybe now you can get to know me. But previously, brother, you got me a little misconstrued. But it's okay. I forgive you, man. You know, players fuck up.
He didn't talk down to black women, man. Like, all he said was black men, like, we're not going to be like the rest of our grandparents or our older families being stressed out and dying young. That was no dig to black men. I mean, no dig to black women.
That's not the statement that I'm talking about.
Nobody is agreeing with you. Can we just move
on? I don't care. The truth is not
okay.
dictated by the number of believers. I don't care.
They heard us. They here with us. They didn't hear what you heard.
When they go back and replay this, you're going to look. You're going to look even more foolish.
That's what women do.
When they go back and revisit this, you're going to look more foolish.
I'm not going to look foolish, bro. It's really hard to do that. I'm not one of these cats, but it's cool, man. You want to? At the end of the day, y'all are on the panel talking about black relationships. I just joined it, so whatever it is, this is what you're talking about.
I'm on a panel talking about relationships.
I don't even be talking about.
I'm on a panel talking about relationships. I'm not using the adjective black, white, or anything. I'm not using those adjectives.
That's true, brother. But at the end of the day, since we're all black, we're assuming that we're dealing with black people, correct?
No, I did not assume that. Okay, that's not tacit in this argument.
Okay, so most people in this panel, your relationship history, are you talking about your dealings with other races or your dealings with black men and black women?
I'm bringing my whole collective experience to this.
I'm talking to the panel, bro.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
The panel.
Go ahead.
Talking panel. Are y'all talking about your interracial relationships, or you're talking about your experiences with black men and black women? To the panel.
I think we're talking about the relationships that we experience, no matter what the race was.
That's cool. Okay,
Black
but
women.
most of us are dealing. I mean, I like to
Okay,
deal with black people.
CEO, how many
Black
white women
women.
have you dated? CEO, how many white women have you dated?
What do you consider dating? What's dating? Play the clip,
You
Ali.
know, God.
Define dating.
Define dating.
I mean, like I just feel like we just wasted a lot of time.
Yeah,
Like
I think you are.
I didn't alienate
Hey,
anybody.
yo,
Yeah.
I didn't do any of that. You know what I'm saying?
let me change the topic real quick, bro. Let me get back to what y'all was saying originally, bro, so we can move on. Yeah, I wanted to. First of all, it was.
Oh, I don't know.
I was on your not one of your problems, but I was into one of your shows, and it was pretty good. It was about politics and stuff like that. So I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure being on the panel with you, brother. It's nice to meet you. But anyway, I did have a little pushback from you and Ali about. I mean, Ali went through this before a little bit about the kids, right? And you was bringing up the lion, how the lion attack like the children from another family if they try to come around.
I'm not saying you should do that. No, I'm not saying you should do that. I'm going to interrupt you, but the point I was trying to make is when new authority comes in, they remove the previous authority. So what I'm saying is a lot of times when we deal with our women, it's like I don't think there's room for any woman because I don't want to offend anybody. When you're dealing with any woman, I think when you're not being treated as a man and you're not given the room to be that, I think your presence needs to be removed because you're irrelevant at that point and you're just validating their vanity and their ego because you're not even allowed to be a man. So what are you there for?
Exactly.
That's what I meant to say.
And hold on, the sisters haven't spoken. Sister haven't spoken in a minute, and I see y'all with y'all body language. What y'all got to say, sisters? Because we love y'all. We don't think y'all the worst sisters on planet either. So I hope that didn't come off like that as well too. And y'all know that's not what nobody's saying. But what do y'all have to say on this subject?
We love y'all. Y'all are so handsome here today.
Y'all are amazing.
Great. We love y'all too.
Fantastic. I was
Ali,
one thing out there, because I'm not gonna stay long. I love black women so much that I'm interviewing a black woman who totally went ballistic and totally went crazy on Trev Smooth show because I hate black women so much. Guess what? I'm letting her come on my channel and speak her piece. And right now, she's like the most hated black woman in the space.
We gonna drag her. We gonna drag her in the chat. Chat lives matter. Chat lives matter.
But I'm allowing her to have a fair conversation. Why? Because I don't hate them. So I don't know what that is, but see, statements like what the brother made, that's dangerous because for somebody for people who never seen me before, who never heard of me, they come in and hear this person saying this about me who don't even know me and just brand me like, yo, you're pushing a narrative. I don't push a narrative about black women. I don't even talk about relationships on my channel. So to say, hey, I don't like what you said in this moment, even though I don't agree with him saying that, that's fair. But to say I'm pushing a narrative, that's a constant. You say somebody's pushing a narrative, that's a constant. That's a constant thing. So you can't prove that I constantly do anything. So that's my pushback to that.
That don't make no sense. The word constant and narrative is not even the word constant and narrative ain't synonymous. You're conflating two different things.
That's repeated.
You're conflating two different things. Those words don't even have the same meaning. Those words don't even have the same.
If you say I'm
those
pushing
words
a
ain't even
narrative,
synonyms.
you said pushing a narrative. So that sounds like something that's done constant. That can be inferred. That can be implied. Like that's something that you constantly do. When you say I'm pushing the narrative, that means I'm doing it over and over. You didn't say I pushed.
That's not what that means. That's not what that. That's those words. That's not synonymous.
But it can be, brother. A lot
that's
of
not
things.
synonymous.
Listen, bro. I get it, bro.
Show me in a dictionary where those words are synonymous.
I got it, bro. But what I'm saying is we're dealing with the people. You can say something the right way and people can still take it and make it mean what they want. So what I'm saying is to the novice mind or just to the average listener, it can be implied that that's what that means. That doesn't mean it does mean
listen,
that. It can be, but listen,
my
bro,
brother,
it can be taken that way.
My brother,
it cannot be taken
told
that
you
way.
I agree with.
He froze. I wonder if he got a problem with
that was the universe, man.
I wonder if you have a problem with
God, right there.
It's time for some super chats.
You take too long to get that one out, man. I'm just playing with you. But my brother, Cool Cab with the $5 super chat. If man had to wait until marriage for sex, what's the chance of him leaving after getting it?
Thank you for the $5. We were all born to be untouchable.
It's a great chance that a man stays if he's the only person that ever had it. Very great, highly chance if he's the only person that ever touched it to stay. My brother CJ, and matter of fact, y'all, for all the 200 people in the building, y'all, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button as well too, so we can work on the algorithm. Anybody on the channel right now that got a channel as well too, you're more than welcome to simulcast as well too. So that goes to Illa, that goes to my brother Six. Yes, sir.
Yo, Ali, let me ask you a question. Is somebody in the chat, his name Justice 5A. Do he ever come on the panel? Do y'all let him talk? Or he just a chatter?
Justice, where you looking at? Hold on.
He's saying a lot of crazy shit. I would love for him to come on and tell me what I am, since I'm a master hater. I didn't know I was a master hater. I didn't know I was a hater.
I don't think he's a person that comes out of the chat. He's just
he's one of those. That goofy ass hat. Like, his cast is crazy, man.
They say all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Congratulations, remember, y'all. We had 8K, y'all. We need 13 more members. We need 13 more memberships and $80 more in the Cash App, man. We done hit 8K subscribers. Hopefully we get to 10K by the end of the month if it's possible. Much love to y'all, my brothers. CJ comes back with congrats on 8K. Reply to my messages, mother effort. when you admit you wrong. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, hold on. And then my brother Cool Kev, Ali always cooking. Much love to you, my brother. Salute. And then my brother Nino Nation hits us with a membership, y'all. We only need 13 more. He's one of the untouchables, man. Much salute to you, my brother Nino Nation. AP is now with $60 sponsor. He's currently the sponsor of the show with $60. Ali, I wholly disagree, wholeheartedly disagree. Probably I'd accept BS when I was broke. Where I am at now, if she's not on my program, she's gone. That includes my social circle. You admitted that you did accept BS when you was broke, but I do admit, like Illa said, if she's on some BS, you should most likely leave that woman, and the disrespect probably will never stop. So much salute to you, my brother.
Thank you for the $5. We were all born to be untouchable.
And then my brother, the original CMC with the $5 super chat. Most men will sacrifice their happiness for their family. Some women will sacrifice their family for their happiness. Absolutely. Okay. Tan, I know you were trying to say something, my brother. What you about to say?
May I?
Hey, Ali, could I get back in? I never finished my statement. I asked Phil a question and then y'all went past.
Go ahead, bro. You got it. Go ahead.
You sure did, man.
I'm gonna be real fast. Go ahead, Smell the Rose.
It was nice talking to all of you. I will continue watching in the car as I head on out to get my Christmas presents. But y'all, please be sweet to each other, okay? Let's show a little more empathy, and understanding. Just a little, right? Like, just a little, all right? I love y'all. And check your email. And Leosha, I need your contact info. Maybe I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. DM me on Instagram.
Yeah. I'll send you my stuff. Okay. Bye, y'all.
See you later, Smell the Roses.
So I just wanted to, since Illa here rebuttal my question, but I just wanted to give a quick rebuttal back to what he was saying. Yeah, I understand that you want. I understand your position, Illa. I know where you're coming from, like from the surface level, like your foundation. So I know you wasn't like saying attack or just get rid of the kids or attack the kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like if these your kids, this is my question. If you're in a relationship with a woman that don't work out, y'all separate. These your kids. Do you also agree that you have the right to lead those kids too? If they're your kids, biological kids?
I'm not going to say I agree. I'm going to say that I understand men. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand these days more than I did when I was younger. because they can always come back. Y'all can reconcile in the future. I just know that dealing with a woman who don't allow you to have an influence on your children, because you got to think, you want your children to be influenced by you. You want to be able to help them through life. You want to be able to, have an opinion on how they dress, what they're eating. You want to instill a certain spirit in them so it can prevent problems. So if I'm not allowed to impart my energy and impart my wisdom into that child outside of genetics, they're not even your child. So now you're dealing with the child that shares your genetics, but they don't have your spirit. They don't have your mindset. So now you're dealing with the residue of something that you had no part in creating, and I don't think that's fair to a lot of men. Should you leave your children? No, that's your child. But I understand when men just say, you know what? I'm going to have another child. I'm going to start another family. When you turn 18, come find me, we'll talk all about it. Like, I'm not saying it's right, but I understand. It's like a quote I said a while ago. I said, women will sacrifice being happy to be right, but men will sacrifice being right to be happy. So shit like that. I don't think that is a lot of stuff that ain't fair. But men are not wired to be subordinate. So if at the sake of putting yourself in that position, you're actually weakening yourself as a man. You're actually delaying your development by sitting in something like that, knowing that you can't have an opinion, knowing that you just give him money. You can't tell them what to eat. You can't tell them what to wear. You don't have no opinion on nothing in their life. You're just there to pay bills. You don't have an influence. So you're not raising your child. You know what I'm saying? They're not even your child outside of your blood, but they don't have your spirit. They don't have your temperament. Nothing about you is being allowed to be implemented in your child. So, hey, I see men do it all the time, but I see a lot of men that died. Like, for example, my father wasn't there for none of my siblings except my little sister. He was there for her. He was struggling with a lot of drugs. Rest in peace. My father died, is dead now, but he wasn't there for my older sibling, like my older brother, my older sister, and my little brother. But my youngest sister, he was there for. He was clean. He was sober. He took care of her the whole time. And then we split up with her mother. He took care of her sister, who she had with another man. When my father died, I mean, like the day after the funeral, she blocked all the family's number, took away my little sister. We ain't seen her since. So what I'm saying is, unfortunately, because I'm talking about black women. Why? Because that's what we deal with. I don't think it makes sense to talk about other races of women if the point of all these conversations is for us to focus on uplifting black people. So if I'm focused, that goes for anything. If we're focused on uplifting black people, why do I care what white women do? Why do I care what Asian women do if we're trying to be with our own? I think if you're into and when I'm not knocking it, but if you're into interracial relationships and you want this big consortium of people getting together, then talking about all women matters. But if we're talking about how we can do better, I'm going to talk about black people. Just like we're talking about black men, I'm not going to talk about white men are doing. I'm going to talk about what black men are doing, because the point of these conversations is for us. That's like if you in class and your mother say, well, mommy, they was talking in class. She said, but what did I tell you? What's the point of talking about what they was doing when it's about what we're doing? So it's not about knocking or saying black women are worse than black women. Is the shit. Our people is the shit. Everybody want to be like us, except for us. So it's not about, we don't have to prove our value. We already know we dope. That's a given. The problem is we're not getting along right now. We're not seeing eye to eye. So I'm sorry if I'm talking about black women, because I'm concerned about black people. So my point about them.
You good, Ella. No, you good, Ella. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused on the black community too. So I just wanted to say, man, I'm glad you clarified that, brother, because you know what I'm saying, misunderstanding basically. So you know what I'm saying? I agree with what you said.
But that's why I got everybody on this channel. Just come tap into my channel, see what I'm about, because
I'm tapped in. I'm subscribed to you, brother.
Yeah, it's a smorgasbord. It ain't just about relationships. I even had a show called "How Do You Find Love in the War?" Like, it's funny because when I talk about women and give them a good light, black men attack me. I talk about women and the men in a good light. You can't please nobody. Like, everybody's gonna be mad regardless. But I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm always stick to the script. And if you in tune with my page, it's a lot of information on my page. It ain't even really about dating at all, for real. But I can kick that shit. You feel me? But it's bigger than that. You heard? Any other questions?
Everybody quiet?
Yeah, I'll in, Ali. I'm good.
So what was different between what he said and what I said?
Because he gave a little bit more, like, You when I asked you, bro, you was saying like it don't matter what if the man.
Internet fuck.
There go God. All praises, bro. He was about to
Illa,
lie.
Illa basically,
All praises.
I said,
Illa
I said, I ain't glad at him, but I ain't mad at him. That's
no.
basically.
And I said I understood that part, but when Illa gave the breakdown of like, he basically was saying like, if the man ain't getting can't even.
Look at that boy. He be working, boy.
Y'all watch
Don't he do it?
But we saw his star in the east, and we have come.
Anybody watch football in here? I know a lot of people start watching at the cabinet. I still watch football, and my team sucks, right?
That's funny.
My team sucks. I'm a Cowboy fan, right?
Oh,
man, you done.
I feel sorry for you.
Hey, hold on. How you gonna like my city?
I feel sorry for you.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point.
You on mute. You muted yourself.
No, don't do me like that. So listen, real quick. We all know the biggest problem with the Dallas Cowboys is who? Our owner. The biggest problem with our owner is what? He doesn't let the coach coach. So if the coach can't coach, he leaves. That's why we can't get a real coach, because he's constantly undermining the efforts of a coach. The coach needs to be the one that leads the team. So I compare that to relationships with women. If you're not allowed to coach, you have to remove yourself. There's no benefit. There's a benefit into it for your public perception, and society say, hey, that's a good man, but you won't be happy, you'll be miserable, and you really won't be fulfilled as a man.
Y'all understand? Ali need to knock it off. You know I love him. You know what I'm saying? I got his point. He need to knock it off, man.
We said that, but we said that.
It's because I'm light skinned. That's why he ain't heard what
You
I
know
said.
that. You know that.
That's all it is. It's because I'm light skinned, man. That's all right.
And your beard a little fuller than mine. I don't like it.
Man, you tripping, man. But yeah, I said the same thing. I said I would want a man to take care of his kids and be there for his kids. But if the woman is disrespecting to the point that he can't even connect to his kids, he has every right nature gave him to go and start a whole other family and not worry about both of them. Simple as that.
Another thing.
Okay, I can see you, my brother.
Because a lot of times the kids will think mommy was all good. Sometimes the kid, they say the sins of the father shall haunt the children. That need to go for the mother too, because the children will never know. If things don't go right, they need to realize this is why I didn't go right. Because when I was trying to do ABC, your mother pushed back. They have to learn this lesson, because no society is not teaching these women a lesson. No one is teaching them a lesson but the men speaking out. If men never speak out and never do nothing, they'll still get their way and they'll still do whatever they want to do. So something has to give. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should leave, but it's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on out here that if men don't say nothing, nobody would know.
And everybody knows if you was growing up at that time, man kept what your mama did secrets. My father would never talk bad about my mother. Uncles, grandfathers, they would never talk bad about the mothers. And I'd be like there's things, some of y'all know secrets in y'all family, and you'd be like, yo, why don't you tell them that? I don't want them to look at their mother bad.
Women more than any race of man, if you ask me.
I don't want them to look at their mother bad.
You said what now?
We protect the race of our women more than anybody.
Image wise, we've always been the ones that take on a lot of brunt from our sisters. I think it's getting, obviously today is different, but I think for a long time men just, all right, you got it. Like I was watching, I don't know if you ever seen that clip of Yana Von Zant. The woman told her 3 daughters that they father raped them.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
Crazy. So now he has to deal with that. It takes when they 28, 29 years old for them to realize that they mother lied. Like, I would have left that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not standing around for something like that. Stuff like that, our men be eating and still be fighting to be around. Like, our men went through a lot, man. Our men went through a lot.
I agree.
She still wouldn't even hold herself accountable on that show.
No.
Lee, I don't know how to say your name. How you say it? Leosha. Okay, what type of man would you want in your life? A man that is in the house, not out in the club, and I guess a future type, or would you want somebody like let's say like a in the house nerd dude that likes to read and all that other stuff, and
Give me
Oh,
a
you like
nerd.
stuff that's kind of
Give
square.
me a nerd. I love me an anime man.
Okay. Was that your first option when you was younger, or is that now as you
Hell
got
no, I
older?
wanted the thugs when I was younger, honey. You're asking the right questions today.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
At least you being honest. You gotta respect that.
Yeah.
What the hell? Beat my ass over what I chose?
No.
Yeah. Any other questions? Because those are closing questions. Give me an open-ended one where I can like dig in deeper.
You went to college, right? I gotta ask.
I went to some college. No, I didn't really know.
So, in your circle of friends when you were in your younger 20s, was y'all mind on getting married young, or wait until you experience and settle down with your career and stuff? What was your
No, my mind was never on getting married young. I grew up differently than my friends. My friends probably grew up like that, but I got bullied in the house and outside of the house, so I had to fend for myself a lot. That's why when you hear me call myself a no limit soldier, it used to be a limit soldier. I just had to stand up for myself a lot in the house, outside the house. So no, I didn't have that taught.
Where did you grow up, Leo? What area you grew up in? Like what
Chicago,
state?
south side of Chicago.
Oh, you had to do that.
She was juking out there.
You had to do that.
Juking out there is crazy.
She was juking.
Hey, Leo, now that you came on the Ilkan Ali channel, though, you about to get out them streets, right?
I've been out the streets. Yes, you crazy. I got this.
I got this. Go to West
We gotta stop calling them nerds. Like I think the words we use cause a lot of issues. Like stop calling men who not into street shit nerds. Like yo, I just need a square. Like that's still a negative connotation.
Well, it's not negative if he's a nerd.
Because we
it
all
wasn't Leo that said it was Tan that did it. He said he was like people that read.
A lot of people do that.
About you
Yeah,
earlier
I
when he
said it because if you are a nerd, it's not a negative notation.
The nerd is a negative. When we think of nerds, we don't think of somebody. We think of somebody that got suspenders. It's like we just say intelligent men and street men.
And that's you. And that's
You're
you.
not dating with no dude with no suspenders though.
You have to stop thinking like that. You just told me how you think. You think one-sided. That's not what I mean. Well, that's not what I mean. You got to ask deeper questions.
No, I don't think you mean that. No, I don't think you mean that.
Oh, okay.
If you smart, I heard you talk. I'm not knocking you.
He's saying in general.
People talk about that. They always call, just get a square dude. No, he's not. He's actually not a square. A guy that's actually working hard and going to school. He's kind of not a square. I think we need to start calling the irrational street dudes. They need to be called squares because a lot of them are very emotional, and some of the biggest tricks, the biggest simps, unbeknownst to a lot of people, is street dudes. Absolutely.
Oh
my God.
A lot of street dudes want the validation of women. We got to keep it real. And a lot of street dudes,
girls said,
a lot of street dudes were mama's boys.
That's black.
Yeah, right, look.
All we had was our mama. A lot of us.
What'd you say?
I said that's a lot of us. All I had was my mother. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But shit, we like that by default. You know what I mean?
I got a question for Leosha though. If let's just for a hypothetical, right? Say you're in a relationship with a man, and let's just say y'all got kids, whatever the case may be, and let's just say some crazy important pop up, medical procedure or something like that, right? Do you think that? But when I say a medical procedure, I don't mean like it's life threatening. Just say you had to get a knee surgery or something like that. Do you think that should stop a woman from taking care or nursing a child for like the first 5 years? Because like for instance, my kids homeschool, right? So like I believe that a woman for at least the first 5 years to homeschool the children, right? So they can have their foundation of what the parents believe and not what society believes. Do you think that's valid, or do you think that the woman having some type of injury should justify her not being a nurser?
No, that definitely doesn't justify it. She may lack it a little bit more than someone who's not injured, but that doesn't. No. And you had another question beforehand. I believe women should prioritize their children in the earlier stages of. I don't have children. I got a cat. Okay, and niggas talk about me and my cat all the time. But I think women
what
should
you got?
You got a
prioritize.
monkey.
What you say you got?
I got a monkey and a cat. It's everything.
Oh my god! I mean,
Um,
about cat.
I feel as if women should prioritize, especially children, especially when they're that young. Your children being homeschooled is freaking fantastic. People
job, man.
always say it starts at home. It starts at home. So sending your kids outside of the home to go to school to learn something else outside of your home, I believe that's a beautiful thing. But I hope I answered your question.
No, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
Shout out to my brother T.O. We need $60 more now in the Cash App. Probably the number one day one, and still been rocking with the Untouchables since the beginning when we started, man. Much love to my brother T.O. with the $20 Cash App. We need $60 more in the Cash App, and we need 13 more memberships to reach our
Thank
goal.
you for the $20. We're starting a nonprofit called Keep the Untouchables Fed. Remember, don't feed the haters.
Like the video, hit subscribe, and show love to Ali at $Ilkan.
So Leosha.
That was rather salacious.
Yes.
That's right. If your first type was the thug, and now your new type is the so-called good guy, I say good guy, not the nerd.
Good guy.
How does a man believe you that you switched your type up? If that's initially your first type, how do I believe you to go, hey man, this new type is your type, not this thug still? If the thug come in front of you while you with this good guy, you don't go, oh man, there go my type still, my old type. Or you be like, oh man, I don't like that no more. I like this guy.
Oh, you just show it in the men that you date. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so if a man say he like big boobies and big booty, that's his first initial type, but he don't mind being with a woman now that's cooking and cleaning, but she ain't gotta have a big booty and flat butt. Would you believe him?
not initially, no.
Okay. At least you consistent. But that's why I think a lot of times we feel like that type is still your type. And then
I'm gonna be very honest.
And the reason why, hold on, I ain't laying yet, guys.
Sorry.
Okay. The reason why we don't believe it is because y'all be giving that man a lot of pushback. Y'all be tearing that man up. And what we realize is the guys you most attracted to, you'll take more from and you'll do more for. But when you ain't really attracted to that dude and you really like that dude, man, you be giving that man hell. And you'll point it out real quick, man. God dang, you ugly or you short or you this. You'll point out whatever you don't like about that man when you actually get mad at them. So what we see is the women, we still giving these men hard time that they claim to like now. And this other type is not her type anymore. But if that was really her new type, you would think she would give him more cooperation than she gave the man that she said wasn't her type anymore. What you about to say, my brother Six?
Well, let me ask you a question, because what you just said is layered, and there's parts I.
Okay, my bad. I hit the wrong button.
What you just said is layered, and there's parts I agree with. But first, I want to preface it by asking you, as early as you can remember, going back as young as you were, what is one of the things you asked for Christmas that you really wanted, as far as back as you can remember? Like, what's one of the things when you were a child you asked for Christmas?
A Pretty Ricky CD.
No, not you. I'm talking to Ali.
Oh, you gotta
what
be.
What did I want for Christmas? I can remember.
Yeah, as far back as you can remember as a child, what's one of the things you really wanted for Christmas that you liked as a child?
The Ninja Turtles Back in Time for Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that was a dope game.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, come on,
baby. In the last 5 years, because I don't want to disclose your age, even though we don't care, but in the last 5 years, I know we don't care, but in the last 5 years,
I'm talking about Ninja Turtles.
Have you wished for a Ninja Turtle video game? Have you got up and went to let me finish. Have you got up and went to work and saved your money or pulled money out your account to buy a Ninja Turtle game for your birthday or Christmas? It's just yes or no.
No, because they don't have that.
You can find it.
Okay, but 3 days ago, I was just talking about the fact I wish they'd make a Ninja Turtle game that was close to the old ones, and I wish they'd come out with a Ninja Turtle movie that was rated R, like the original one.
Right, the original one was kind of fire.
Original one was fire.
It wasn't rated R though.
No, I want one that's rated R.
Here's my point to help you understand that analogy is a placeholder.
I love the Ninja Turtles. This is bad. You got to use something else. I love the Ninja Turtles.
I can't use something else. It's a placeholder. I'm gonna ask you to deploy your frontal cortex and understand what I'm saying because it's a placeholder.
That didn't mean.
Oh my God!
We are allowed to evolve, even women in their choices. Even women in their choices are allowed to evolve. What a young woman wants when she's immature and infantile shifts and changes when she begins to grow up, mature, and what she cherishes and what she values shifts and changes. Therefore, the type of men that she's attracted to on the intrinsic level will shift and change to some degree. So while I do agree with you, it is nuanced, but we're all free to evolve. If I start out one way, that doesn't mean I have to be the other way.
Yes.
I am allowed to because with better information, you're supposed to make better choices. Can we agree on that?
Of course. That's why I got pushed back when you land.
So with the better choice, with the better information, they should make a better choice.
Yes.
And on paper, they should have a better life.
Yes.
My point, and I'll land for the sake of brevity, my point is that no one should be held prisoner to their past choices or past mistakes. So as long as that they're showing and proving that they have evolved beyond that. Because no one for in any category you pick.
I agree. But the problem is Illa, Tan, Porter, me, you, if you left your wife today and you got with another woman that was doing everything you wanted to do for you, you typically would probably treat her better than every woman you ever been with. Women will treat the last guy they with worse than every guy they ever been with, even if that's a good guy. So if hold on, I'm out of land. If her results showed me that most of these women got better with over time, instead of not being more damaged, more traumatized, more discussions about going to therapy and going to God, and talking about healing, because you know what these 304s do when they do get God, right?
A hoe's final form is a religious woman.
And after they do that, they give the man more hell and more pushback. They don't become this full cooperative woman that can clean, cook, take care of the household. Where all the brothers here, all those bad women we may encounter, when we get to that last woman, we'll treat her phenomenally and like the best woman. So I agree with you. You shouldn't hold somebody to their past, but you can hold them to their past if their behavior is still reflective of their past.
And I let me rebuttal back to that, but I agree with what you said because I already initially said before I landed, if she's showing better and doing better, then it is tacit that it's tacit in her attitude, it's tacit in her relationship that she's evolved. So we're on the same page with that.
Okay.
Be that as it may, I just wanted to be on record saying that we are allowed to evolve past our bullshit, regardless of what category. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I agree 100%.
That's a fair point. I think you're speaking to a narrative where men are, they basically say, because the conversation started from her saying what she liked to date when she was young. So I think you're responding to that narrative. I think the problem and I agree with you, but I think where you're missing is the overall reason why men bring that up. The reason why men bring up women dealing with thugs when they're younger is based on the arguments that women make. What am I saying? Women will say, they have said, or some women say, Black women specifically, in the last 40 years, our men are always in jail, or they always this and they always that. They're always knocking men, but they're constantly dating that small group. They're labeling the entire group of Black men, but they're only dealing with one or two types. Push back to that conversation comes from that sentiment, not necessarily you. Everybody got a right to change. But I seen my whole life young women deal with street dudes, older men, thugs, and then when it goes wrong, they say all men ain't shit. You haven't even dealt with all men. Most Black men deal with fat Black women, short Black women, women with kids, strippers, over religious. every type, most black women, if they can choose, if they had it their way, would deal with one kind of guy. But they make general statements to the world about a group of men that they haven't even touched. So I think that be the issue. It's not that you don't have the right to change. It's like you don't have the right to generalize all of us when you only dated one of us.
Well, let me
one kind of guy.
Let me say this. You absolutely right. There is no rebuttal for that. You're absolutely right. Period. Here's the thing. In that scenario, most women, with two things. First, before I became an evolved version of myself, a sophisticated, refined, urbane man, I was the motherfucking boogeyman himself. I am the street nigga, and he's still in there. I am the boogeyman. And I've been my wife 20 years. She was with me when I was in the streets. I've been shot in the neck. They said I wasn't never gonna. I am the boogeyman. I am him and he is me, which is why I'm so meek. That's why I'm meek and I'm soft-spoken, not for me, for everybody else. I know what the fuck I do to anybody because I done it before, but I don't do it no more because I made it out. I might not make it out a second time. Nobody lived the way I live and get to live the way I live. They usually be dead or broken, in jail, some type of fucking health problems. And yeah, I had a lot of women back then, even though I wasn't shit, because they were attracted to the danger, the gangsterism. And I watch those same women now, because I'm 44, look for the nerd to help take care the kids that they made with the street nigga they chase. So I'm in agreement with you there. And I want to button it up by saying this. The reason for that, them saying like, yeah, I'm going to choose him now because he's better to fit my life. But deep down, I still like that type of man. Because at the crux of it, most women, not all, most women don't want a better man. They just want their man to be better. Period.
You giving them an out to the man. Go ahead, Illa.
Do you think those women would have liked you if you wasn't that kind of guy?
Do I think probably not, because I was overtly what I was. And if that's like saying I don't like hold on, let me answer. That's like saying I don't like vegan food. And why the hell you at a vegan restaurant every day? Then that means you suffer from cognitive dissonance, because I wasn't a soft or vegan gangster or a diet gangster. I was the boogeyman. So they were choosing me knowing overtly what I was. So I know they like me. If they didn't like me, and I'll let you go, if they didn't like me, then that means at a young age, they were suffering from cognitive dissonance.
So hold on. So you tell me that if they didn't like the thug in you, that they were suffering from cognitive dissonance?
If they did not like the thug in me, yet were dealing with me, saying that they like something else, that is the definition of cognitive dissonance. They were definitely suffering from cognitive dissonance.
Okay, that's clear. But you're making my point that
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they like. But this is the problem. Black men don't have to like them though. Because one thing I told my homie, when you're dealing with women, it's not always the amount of men they dealt with, but the type of men they dealt with. Because if a woman dealt with a thug her whole life, because I'm from Newark, New Jersey, like the trenches, like South Ward, all that. So when all my homies is like, I grew up around all that. All my homies is fed niggas. All my friends is off papers. So what I'm saying is, when you deal with a woman whose ex was a street dude, sometimes they have a false sense of masculinity and bravado, and they'll think that you're soft because you're rational. So sometimes dealing with those type of men, they have to stick with those type of men, and they're not ready for that. They feel like, well, I'm conform. No, you might be, but it's a gamble for a man to deal with the woman who dealt with those. And I've done it because I'm from the street, so I kind of know. Like I could wear many hats. But the average dude is not trying to deal with that, because a street dude might just say, "Shut the fuck up, bitch." And she could, a dude who not like that, be like, hold on, let's talk. And she'll think he's soft. and try to punch him or something like that. So it's not about the amount of men she used to deal with, but the type of men she used to deal with, because the type of men determines her retardation of how she views manhood. And a lot of times when she used to deal with street dudes, they get manhood really confused and really misconstrued. So they kind of got to stick with those kind of guys. And I hear a lot of them trying to elevate and deal with regular guys. It's like you're gonna hurt them dudes. Them dudes gonna end up in a situation where they end up hurting you or hurting somebody else to prove you that they ain't soft, because regardless of how tough somebody may think, it ain't about how tough you are, how much you can fight. It's about how somebody can hurt you. And it don't 30 punks whoop a gangster ass. So it really don't matter about that. Like, we all can get, anybody can get shot, anybody can stay, anybody can get it. But a lot of times dealing with those type of women, they have a false sense of what masculinity look like, and they'll take you for granted, and they'll think you're soft when you're really just being a man.
It's because if you fuck with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing this,
respect that,
this
baby.
nasty ass shit.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hoes, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. No, listen. I met a lot of women. It don't mean, I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got two parents. Their interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you gonna try to figure out which lion gonna bite your ass or not? You're gonna be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much shit that these hoes is on, so we don't know the fucking difference.
I have a dream that one day every man and woman will rise above the hate, that we'll all become untouchable.
Hey girl, you watch Ali and the Untouchables? Nah, girl, they talk too much.
Man, this about man, they talk too much.
They talk too much. Too much for real.
They talk too much, Habibi.
They talk too much.
Y'all talk too much.
Catch the full video only on YouTube.